This video has got some of the tank installed, some more wiring, finishing up with the bracket for the fuel pump. I want to say it at the beginning this time rather than the end, but I really appreciate everybody that has subscribed. I appreciate everybody that's watched the videos. It just gives me a little push to continue doing them. And if you enjoy them, please subscribe. I really would appreciate it if you subscribe and like them. I've gotten some dislikes, which I don't blame. I'm not the expert filmography or whatever the hell the word is, but I enjoy doing it. So please help me out and just keep giving me the thumbs up so I keep doing it. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Well, it's been about 2 weeks since I worked on the EFI. My apologies, but life intervened. Last weekend, my wife and I took a trip to Vermont, so hard to work on it when I'm not even, like 1,800 miles away. So anyways, I'm going to work on it this weekend. It's Saturday morning. See what I can get done. Hopefully I can get it done so I can move on, because I got some other things I want to work on. But anyways, if I don't, I don't. But life happens and I'll get it done. Thank God I don't need it to drive to work or back. So anyways, thanks for watching and hopefully you enjoy it, and here we go. Okay, so the last time I worked on this, I started wiring the EFI to the ignition box to everything. So what I do have is just a second, let me show you. There's the main wiring. So currently I have the positive and the negative on a battery, which I have plugged into the 7-pin harness coming off there. I have the O2 sensor plugged in. I have the coolant sensor plugged in. I do not have the 10-pin because I don't know if I need actually any of that currently. It's got a TAC output, which I'm not going to connect up right now. It's got Holley gauges, which I'm not going to connect right now. It has outputs for electric fans and AC kick down, which I don't think I'm going to need. So all I have to do is connect the display, and I need to connect the purple and green lines ignition wiring. So I turn the page, and the ignition I'm using is an MSD6AL. So the yellow currently goes to the coil, but we're not going to use that anymore. I need to get the adapter for the ignition, which is going to come from the TAC output from the CD box into the green and purple wires. And if you notice on my MSD wiring guide, TAC out is a gray wire, and right here I have the gray wire. So I need to connect that gray wire to the ignition adapter and plug it into the green and white coiled crank signal, which is in this bundle over here. So I need to find that adapter, and then I just need to plug it into this connector, and I will have everything in the engine compartment wired up, even though it looks like hell. I don't want to finish hooking everything up yet until I get it running, and then I'll clean everything up. I also went out and purchased some more heat shrink connectors, so when I clean this up, it's going to look a lot better. And I got a ratcheting crimper so that I'm crimping correctly rather than just doing it with a hope and a prayer. So that'll be part of the cleanup situation. So then when I get that hooked up, then I got to figure out where to route the display wire through the firewall. So that may take a little bit, but we'll get it. So onwards and upwards. And then the last thing, I got to run the wire back to the fuel pump. So You know, we're getting there. Happy, happy, joy, joy, and all that good stuff. So, there we go. All right, so I have the red, which is the absolute smallest butt connector I can get. That goes in there. I'm going to try my new ratcheting, my crimpers. See how they work out for this end. And they're perfectly crimped. Love it. And now we'll get the connector for the adapter, nicely bread wrapped, so that we can connect it to the tack output. I'm going to strip that off. There we go. Fit it into the butt connector, and then use my new favorite ratcheting correctly corked crimper. There we go. Good solid connection. Like I said, I'm going to clean all these up, just heat shrink it all and make a good loom out of everything, because I got way too much wire, but it'll work for now. I just got to make sure I don't have it get eaten by the fan. I think I got it. And it's plugged together. So there we go. It's now wired into the EFI. So everything, even though it's a mess, is done up here. Now I have to go do the next thing, which is mount the fuel pump and the fuel tank, which is even more fun. I don't know if that's correct English, but that's what's next. So here we go. Alright, so now I'm going to be back at the back of the car again, working on mounting the tank and the pump. What I did do, since I upsized the fuel tank, I went and got some longer carriage bolts. Hopefully it'll allow me to have a little bit more room to maneuver the stuff around. That's my goal, at least, so I can get the fuel filler nozzle in and get that all buttoned up. And then once I have it up, I can measure for my my fuel pump support or bracket. I got to figure out how I'm going to mount that. So here we are, and I'm just going to get under here and start working on it. All right, the longer carriage bolts are in, and they're going to work out great. What I think I need to do, since the angle of the inlet on the tank is different on the 74 and up tanks, I'm going to get some jack stands, support the front of the tank, release the straps, and lower it so I have a better approach angle into the filler and the new gasket. Hopefully that'll work. That's my biggest stymie right now. Get that fixed, then we can move on to actually setting the pump and so forth. So that's what I'm working on. All right, so I have it started. I unloosened the loosen the straps at the front. I have it on jack stands. I need to lower it a little bit more so I can get it all the way into the tank, but it's moving in the right direction. Well, I decided to attack it a different way. I took the filler neck out altogether. I installed it in the tank, and I took the license plate bracket and all off so that I can feed the filler neck through the hole and then mount the tank, because I wasn't getting it coming back the other direction with the tank mounted with the filler neck going through. So just a little, let's see how this one works. Alrighty, that was a trick. Trick was mounting the fuel filler in the tank and then lifting it up and installing it. And then I got it attached with the brackets And what I think I'm going to do is build a bracket across from bolt to bolt, and then use that to support the fuel pump assembly. So that's my next step. All right, after I got the tank in, I got to make the bracket. The bracket is 16 inches center to center on the bolts holding the tank up, and it needs to be 6 inches down. So it's 6 inches by 16. Well, I think I've come to the end of this particular video. I'm going to edit it tonight and try and get it out tomorrow. The reason I've come to stop is because the weekend's approaching, and this weekend I intend to get it all done and running. As you can see, I've got my bracket cut. I got the plate that I'm going to mount my fuel pump on. All I have to do is assemble it, and well, I'm going to paint it first and then assemble it. And then the fuel pump will mount right on there where those two holes are, and I'm going to mount it between the two the carriage bolts that mount the straps below the tank. So I've got the electronics wired, I got the tank installed. I just have to install the pump, hook that up, put some gas in the tank, and cross my fingers it'll start right up. That's the hope. And so this weekend I'll have this done, or sort of done. And then the next one will be putting my dual sync distributor in from Holley. So gonna keep my fingers crossed, and we'll go from there.